Hi there guys and welcome to another Train Sim 2018 video. Today we've got something special. Just Trains have released the Aylesbury, London to Aylesbury route. Now this for me has been one of the most highly anticipated routes for Train Sim for about the last 6 months. Now it's not the route. I'm not really too fussed about the route. London to Aylesbury, never done it in real life. Nice to have the addition there. The development screenshots I've seen look fantastic. This for me is showing me if Just Trains have upped their game, and that's what I want to see. Basically, I want to see if they really have upped their game. They've done a lot with Valley Corridor asset-wise, so I'm expecting to see a nice amount of new assets in here as well. And just the route being better quality, I don't want to see it oversaturated with the things that we know Just Trains are famous for. I know that this has been in development for a good amount of time, so I'm expecting it to be pretty spot on, if I'm honest with you. I'm not going to be able to compare what looks like real life or if it is exactly how it looks when you do the thing in real life, but what I'm looking for in this is a complete route in Train Sim. So I'm going to be looking at things like density of buildings, is there stuff on tiles that shouldn't be, what you're getting with this pack for the price you're paying for it, quality of placement of things, so how things have been put together and put down, does it look right, have you got big gaps and fences, platforms floating above track, buildings floating, all that sort of thing. They're the sort of things I'm going to be looking for. I'm also going to be looking for useful assets, so things that I know other route builders will be really pleased to see and use. I'm really excited about a lot of the London Underground stuff that's in this route as well, so we'll get going. My hopes are high. My hopes are high, although looking at what I'm driving, I'm already a bit disappointed. Just another quick note, I've had to have the aircon on in here while I'm doing this video because it's too hot. Sound should be alright because my noise cancelling should be taking most of it out, but the sound quality might not be as crisp as it usually is. Right, we're in the 165, words to the wise in the 165. I've had a slightly different version of the 165 running. I don't know how this is going to respond to it, so there may be some sounds or some bits that aren't exactly perfect, but we all know what this should sound like. It's going to be the default one. Okay, I don't want to start on the negatives, and I'm not going to start the negatives, but the reskin for this is pants. Who let that out? It's things like this that give Train Sim a bad name. What you can't see is I'm pointing at the screen. I'm doing that. Let's hope that the AP enhancement pack will have children's stuff in it, but let's just look forward to that. Okay, good morning, driver. Please press T. I load passengers. We are due to depart at 15:33. It is that sort of thing that does sort of wind me up. I've got a slight lighting error there. That's probably my end. I'm not sure if that's actually at their end or not. As I said, I've had a slightly wonky 165 going on for a while due to a previously installed version. Also, I have the old AP 165, 166 sound pack. I haven't reinstalled it for this, but it will be from another pack, so it might be a bit odd. Right way, next stop, Monksrisborough. There's not a lot to set up in this, is there really? So look around Aylesbury before we pull off anyway. That's pretty. Oh, this is the bridge. Now, this is mentioned in the manual. I like that. See, that's a bit of dedication. I mean, I'm sure people will use it in other things, but that's a pretty bespoke bridge, isn't it? So for one route, fair play. Oh, not. Yeah, it's got a bit of conflict with the back and stuff. Flange lubricators there. So there's a few different ways to go. So this route we are going Monksrisborough, Princess Risborough, Saunderton, Wickham, Beaconsfield, Green and Jordans, Gerrards Cross, South Ruislip and London Marylebone. So it's like, I think there's 2 or 3 different ways you can go around the whole route with this, isn't there? Looking through it, I've just actually flicked through the manual there very quickly while I was looking for bits and pieces. I've just seen a lot about the signalling, the London Underground signalling. It does look amazing. Boardwalk Bridge is what that bridge was called. This unique carving footbridge runs above the supermarket car park. The roads are connecting the town centre of Aylesbury to South Court Estate. Boardwalk Award 2009 from the Institute of Civil Engineers, South East England branch. Nice. Let me just whack the aircon a bit there because it's just kicked in with the compressor. And it can be a bit noisy. Just knock that on the head for a minute because it's going to be a bit too loud for you guys. Destroyed one of my pictures while I was doing that as well. It's just pretty. Okay. I don't really know the justification for doing that with houses, but the rest of it actually looks all right. Because this is going to be the other bit with the rail. So yeah, no, nice. Okay. Good start. Oh, is this a crossing? This is like the more branch liney version, I suppose, isn't it? Oh, it was 20 was meant to be down there, and it was a crossing. Silly me. And I haven't got the light yet. Oh, naughty. Hang on. That 20 limit was after the level crossing. Now back up to 40. What I'm going to do is I'll probably ace in keys bits of this so we can have a look at more of the route. I'll load in different bits and pieces for us just to have a look at. Those sounds are pretty hideous, aren't they? This bit's quite nice. Little caravan park there, look. Oh, that's a pretty station. Don't think we're stopping there though, that's Little Kimble. That's a very pretty station, that, isn't it? Yeah, cool. They've definitely upped their game. They've definitely upped their game. There are some definite improvements over previous routes. I know that, I don't know, I could say that this isn't Just Train's fault, but that's not strictly true. They obviously made a deal with RSC a long time ago, or a while ago at least, to be able to release the 165 and 166 with their packs and their routes and things like that. I don't know if they were allowed to modify it or change it, but if I was Just Trains and I knew I was about to do a load of routes that were going to use a certain piece of stock, i.e. the 165, 166, what puts me off driving the Chiltern main line, not only is it quite unstable on my machine, hopefully this latest update will improve that, but I can't drive this. This drives me nuts. And I can't be the only one that thinks that sort of thing. I cannot be the only person that goes, this thing does my head in to drive. I really can't be. And therefore that does limit me to what I can drive on these routes. If I was Just Trains, I'd be going, right, we want a banging 165, 166. Right, they're going for the S8 stock now, which I think is a good call, considering this route has some massive London Underground bits, which I'm really, really pleased with. And we'll go down and have a look at and stuff in a bit. But considering another massive part of the route, again, there's a DMU-driven service with 165, 166s, why are we still putting up with a train from 11 years ago? 11 years. Yes, you heard that right. 2007. 2007 was when this model was created. Actually, probably earlier than that. We just got it in 2007. I have here, next to me on my shelf, Rail Simulator. Notice on the front it has an HST. We are still using the HST from 2007 as well, but that has been worked on and tweaked, and that by RSC, DTG, Armstrong Powerhouse. All sorts of people have worked some magic on that. This Armstrong Powerhouse are about to work their magic on. But somebody went, that's fine! Ooh.
Please be alert to the safety notices displayed at the rest of your areas of this train.
Nice. Now I would like to know if that is a sound from the train or that is a scenario triggered sound, like a scripted sound. Guessing it's going to have to be scripted into the scenario. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's linked in with a door close beep or something, I'm not sure. Nice little touch if it is, anyway. Right, so what was I saying? Okay, this 166 that we've just found out has got a new feature. Brilliant. Brilliant. I would have liked to have seen something apart from an announcement, but yeah. The time it took to put that announcement in, you could have sorted out that logo. And just at least... And the thing is, we know Just Trains aren't living under a rock. There are active members of Just Trains in my group. There are active members of Trains in the official Train Sim group. Dovetail forums, all over the place, right? UKTS. I don't believe for 1 minute somebody has sat there and gone, yeah, just bung that in. It's fine. Who would do that? Come on, that is a pile of crap. Let's be honest, the reskin on this train is a pile of crap. The train itself is a pile of crap. But if you're polishing a turd, you may as well have just got that right. You may as well have done. The route itself is lovely. So far, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Just not driving this. And I drive from inside the cab, so yes, reskins aren't massively important to me. But slightly comical ones are just a bit comical, aren't they? And I think what it shows is it's very similar to that thing we've seen with DTG, where you've got developers and marketing people not doing the things right, not talking to each other. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure the guy developing this, I know. Who developed it, I know. Not that that will interfere in my honest opinion of the route in any way, shape or form. And I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have looked at that reskin and gone, yeah, go for it. In fact, I am pretty sure he wouldn't do that. So who did? So yeah, Rail Simulator. This is a legacy. And they called it Legacy, I think, when we got Train Sim 2012, was it? Started calling anything that was RSC a legacy product. So this is a well legacy by now. Minimum, recommended specs: Windows XP or Vista, 1.4 GHz processor or faster, 512 meg of RAM, 6 GB of hard drive space, 8-speed DVD-ROM, a 64 meg video card. Woo! Shows you how far we've come, doesn't it?
When the audible warning sounds, please stand clear of the doors as they are about to close.
Are they random? Mistimed? I don't know. Because the doors are already closed. I like the touch though. I like the fact that they've put it in. Whether it's right or wrong, I like the fact they've taken the effort to put something in. And I mean, performance-wise, 35 frames per second ain't bad at all, really. I mean, it's a pretty complex bit of kit. I'm like, I keep coming up and checking. I'm really liking the fact that there isn't masses of crap everywhere. Really liking that. Well done. Well done. I've got 90 and 100 limit, but I think I'm in a 1650, which means I can only do 75. Yeah, 1650, so only got 75. I really do apologise if you can hear the aircon. I'm sorry. My wife's going mad. She's moaning because it'll cost more than I'll make off the video for having the aircon on. It's just a portable unit we've got that's about a bazillion years old. That I've nabbed to stop me and my computer absolutely melting. Oh, we're stopping it. Here we are. One thing about the 165 and 166 is the physics of a Brio train set. So it's easy to drive. I haven't mastered quite stopping exactly where I want it to stop, but I can get it to stop. The slightly more modified version I had running up until recently is a lot better, but I'm unsure on the possibility of it being released. And anyway, if AP are going to do an EP on it, I mean, it will open up masses of use. You'll see a lot more videos, definitely of this route, but even probably of the Chiltern main lines as well, when I have a 165 or 166 that's actually drivable. You will see them. I'll be able to enjoy these routes a lot more. I'll drive the Chiltern when it's stable enough with a 68. Lovely. Have I driven it with one of these? No. There's the 170 EP that includes the 168, is it? I should really give that a go. I haven't as of yet.
Welcome on board this service. To avoid unnecessary security alerts, please do not leave luggage unattended on stations or on trains.
So about 13 seconds after departure is when I'm seeing those sounds, so I don't know if they're timed or triggered. If you know, let me know. Quite a neat little way of doing it if you did it within the door sounds, door close sounds, wouldn't it? Might run this into Marylebone, you know, and then I might do a second little video for the 121. In fact, that is what I'll do. See, my suspicion is that this is conflicting. This 166 is conflicting with my other one, and 165 is conflicting with my other one. And that might be the light issue. I mean, I know they've let that out. I mean, they really wouldn't have let that out, would they? 25 FPS I'm getting here. You see all those trees up there? Yes! Woo! A 2D! 2D trees! I love 2D trees because they don't eat your frame rates. See? 3D trees will eat your frame rates. What they're very cleverly doing, I've seen this a lot in routes recently, is putting 2D trees and 3D trees together to create a really nice effect by the side of the rails. It doesn't look shoddy in the slightest. If you look up here, it's just the 2D trees. They'll follow you around. If you just had them side track, you'd know about it, wouldn't you? No, that's a pretty little bridge as well. 10 points. 10 points, Just Trains. I feel the community has been listened to. Oh, it's nice to see the old Coogee bus as well. Quite a significant frame rate drop here. I'm guessing that is a lot of the 3D trees beside the track. The countryside's also opened out quite a bit by the looks of things, yeah. So yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Just loaded in the High Wycombe tile as well, so... Well, that would have loaded it back there when I got the big drop. Alright. That's nice. Yeah, alright. Cool. I like that. That should be 18, not AZ. Yeah, game on. Loving like these little network rail bases as well. They're lovely. It's one thing that I'd quite liked on the last was at the one of the extension routes they did. They had a stretch. I'm not sure what's going on with this train here. hope this isn't a broken scenario. There's definitely some nice assets. Without fail. This will become a requirement. I hope it doesn't just stay as a requirement, because so far so good as itself. It's a decent looking route. Seems to be pretty stable. Considering it's a short distance, this feels like it's taken forever. Not even halfway yet. This bit of track will be quicker, obviously, though, so time-wise it will be quicker. So yeah, guys, just remember that headlight issue I don't think is Just Trains' problem. I think it's my problem. I hope it's my problem. Thanks. No, how much looked there. Video that comes with it. Shows the newer livery in the video. Yes, it looks like it. No, that's the newer livery. I wonder if this is my issue. So this 166 is 165 is in the older Chiltern livery. That's still the coming soon video, actually. It's not even the video I've seen before. What does it say? It's included. Oh, really? I thought the 121 came with this, right? Please note that Class 121 is not supplied with the London-Aylesbury, but a set of Chiltern Railways textures for it is included. You must install the Network South East 121 add-on available from Steam before you install the London-Aylesbury. If you purchase the 121 add-on after you've installed London-Aylesbury, you'll need to uninstall London-Aylesbury and install the 121 and then reinstall. So hang on a second, 24 quid. And you're not actually including the train. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so it's using the European. So there's me saying it's the European Loco and Asset Pack. So they're not. You don't even get the 166 with this. The 165. Sorry, I keep saying 166. The 165 with this, or the 166. You get. I think that's a bit. It's a bit cheeky, isn't it? I don't know. Is it cheeky? I don't know. What do you guys think? Because ultimately, it's what you guys really think, isn't it? Do you think a route should come with a train for £24.99? I think that is why I had it in my head with this, that with this route was going to come the S8. And I don't know if my brain just put two and two together and linked that up. Probably did, or whether at some point it was announced they were coming together, or it was made to look like they were coming together. I don't know. What I can say about this route so far is I'm actually really enjoying it. It looks very nice. It's running pretty well. The number of assets you're getting included are pretty high. So I can see this becoming quite useful to route builders.
Welcome on board this service. Please take care of your personal belongings and remember to take them with you when leaving the train.
I really do wish about sort of a few years ago when Just Train said, all right, we'll take the Chiltern line, or we'll publish the Chiltern lines, They went, what we'll do at the same time is we'll work on a new network of turbo. Because it is letting it down. And I didn't, do you know what I mean? It doesn't deserve to be let down, actually. I'm enjoying the route. Once we've stopped here, I'll read out what custom builds and points of interest there are, which is quite a nice list. Again, nice little station, good little spot. Not gone overboard with the scenery. It's still got quite a nice amount of platform clutter. I love fencing like this. It's a bit like on the East Coast Main Line. Sort of, was it, where was it that was done up? Darlington has it, all along the side, doesn't it? Durham. Okay. Still a 2D tree, so I am fussed. I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, it's like you want to see the train. I'm pretty much guaranteed that none of you do. I've literally only got 2, and then so I have like 11 miles into Marylebone. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying getting into that end, not having to faff about stopping on all these little bits outside London, and just being able to look at it all as we go through. Nice, nice. We'll do that. We'll do that happily. I'm actually excited about the London Undergroundy bit, and I mean, I really strongly dislike London. Try and avoid it if I can. But I love the Underground. I think the Underground itself is because it's its own little world, isn't it? Its own subterranean artery of London that I just really like. The fact of the amount of people that thing moves every day, the planning that goes into it, the stock, the infrastructure. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? It's like all those weird stats you find out about the London Underground, isn't it? Like so many tons of skin are removed every year and all sorts of things. I should really travel on it a bit more. Right, so I think we've got like one stop after. What did I say? One stop, yeah? South Ruislip. I'm pretty sure Ruislip we should be getting some of the London Underground bits and pieces. Is the Metropolitan line up that far? I'm no good when it comes to what's on what route.
Welcome on board this service. To avoid unnecessary security alerts, please do not leave luggage unattended on stations you're on train.
So the Metropolitan line runs beside the London-Aylesbury, Amersham, and in some sections 2 routes share the exact same rails, which will happen as we get further down south. We've included that section of the Metropolitan line in the London-Aylesbury artificial intelligence version London Underground SH stock. Why has that moved over so I can't read it? That's irritating. If you'd like to drive it, you can have to drive it through the HUD. It hasn't got anything else. London Underground uses its own signalling system, which is different to the Network Rail system in certain respects, and there's an overview of its signal types, signal principles, multi-home signalling, multi-aspect signalling, X signals, approach control signals, repeater and fog repeater signals, trip-cop train stop protection system, so there's shunt signals. Wow. That is going to be, and it's looking at this trackside cabling that's really getting me a little bit buzzing. I think the scenario may be a bit broken. Hopefully it causes me no issues down below. That sounded weird, didn't it? It's not what I meant to say. Not down below, down south. Or in railway terms, up. It's pretty. It's pretty. Route-wise, they've upped their game. Yeah, if I was driving something a little bit more interesting, I'd be a little bit more into it. But I'm there. I'm still getting a good 30 FPS. It's a cool building. So is it St Paul's at Bristol? That's cool. I'm too much of a country bumpkin to manage to live in tower blocks. Oh, what's over there? 220s. Got all the Ruislip Depot stuff. It's cool. I'll swap some stock out a couple of these and look forward to doing a bit of streaming on this tonight, I won't lie. Hey, I see some London Underground stuff. I think there's like 2 different ways, yeah. I don't know if I'll see masses of it taking this route or not. I'm unsure. Oh, have I even made it in the platform? Ugh, just. Let's go over and have a butcher's at the London Underground. Ah, nice. Nice. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, fair enough. It's Victorian people again. See 40 FPS here, pretty tricky part, track splitting off. Nice. See, this bit's quite reminiscent of the Chiltern lines, isn't it? These sorts of green embankment-y bits. I don't know. They look very manicured, don't they? Yeah. Not convinced by that bit. But to be honest, if that's the only bit I'm not bothered about, then fine. I'm not sure at what point we will hit the Chiltern main lines, to be fair. So one thing I am going to question, and you guys will probably know the answer to this before I do, So it says here, important, there are two versions of London-Aylesbury, a standalone version, which does not require Chiltern Main Line to be installed, and an add-on version for an existing Chiltern Main Line route installation. The standalone version has its own route entry in the train simulator menu, Just Trains London to Aylesbury, which I got, whereas the Chiltern Main Line add-on version of the route is incorporated in the Just Trains Chiltern Main Line entry. Right, is it incorporated into the entry but it runs as a separate route, or does it run as the same route? Because if Chiltern Main Lines has this bolted onto the side of it, I wouldn't be able to run it. My computer wouldn't be able to run it. Not Chiltern Main Lines is already for me quite unstable, so to put this on the side of it, I think would be asking for more trouble. I'd be really interested to those of you that do go and get the add-on to the Chiltern Main Lines and tell me how it runs. I know that the Chiltern Main Lines for some people runs perfectly, flawlessly, no issues at all. But for me and an awful lot of other people that have come to me and said, mine does the same thing, I can't do this either. It doesn't run particularly reliably, so I can only go on what I have seen. I know Just Trains will say differently and they'll go, no, it works brilliantly. I find it doesn't. So do quite a few other people. So if you want to bolt this onto the side of your Chiltern Main Lines route, so be it. I wouldn't take the chance. I don't know if the cost is any different. I haven't actually looked at that. Should we have a look at that now? I haven't even looked to see if there is a... Hang on. Did I even see a... This actually wasn't there when I looked. So if you haven't got the Chiltern Main Line, it's $24.99. If you do have it, if you have Chiltern Main Line, it's $16.99. I have paid the $24.99. I have not been given anything for nothing. This is very pretty. That's nice. This is us at Wembley, isn't it? It's Wembley Stadium and the bridge. That's lovely. That's lovely. Pretty sure that wasn't actually up there when I clicked on this earlier. So $16.99 for the extension and $24.99 for the standalone. Oh, I've been speeding a bit there. This is only, it's got 75 mile an hour limit, hasn't it? Sorry. Oh, some London Underground stuff going on over there now. Nice. I like it. I do like it. Now I've got a lot of the London Underground stuff next to us as well. Cool. So yeah, please, those of you that have bolted this onto the Chiltern Main Lines, please have a run of it and let me know how it stacks up. I would really like to know. can't say anything until you guys have a look, really, can I? Part of me wants to buy the add-on one and just try it. But as much as I like to buy products I review, that would probably be taking it a step too far. If you guys all come out and say, look, the new Chiltern Mainlines version 1.4 is brilliant, all the bugs are fixed, it's been improved in places, then I will go, banging, let's do it. I hope that's what I hear. I hope you all guys will come back and go, I've got the extension, I've had no issues with it whatsoever. In fact, it's brilliant. And Alan, you're a mug for paying 25 quid for it. And I'll go, yeah, cheers, mate. Loving these cable runs. Right, I should really just go through very quickly the custom stuff you're going to get. So it talks about 2D, 3D track switchers, so you can have them both. It has... So station-wise, you've got London Marylebone, which is where we're about to come into, West Hampstead, Kilburn, Willesden Green, Dollis Hill, Neadston, and then on the line north to Aylesbury, you've got Wembley Park, Preston Road, Northwick Park, Harrow on the Hill, North Harrow, Pinner, Northwood Hills, Northwood. This new bit is actually a new custom thing as well here. Moor Park, we're going far too fast. Rickmansworth, Chorley Wood, Chalfont Latimer, Amersham, Great Missenden, Wendover, Stoke Mandeville. Oh, just trains. Aylesbury via Aylesbury Vale Parkway. I'm going to slow right down for the last mile so I can get the rest of this manual in. Aylesbury Vale Parkway. The line south from Neaton to Princess Risborough is the line we've just been taking. So it's Wembley Stadium, Sudbury and Harrow Road, Sudbury Harrow Hill, Harrow, sorry. Northolt Park, South Ruislip, Ruislip Gardens, West Ruislip, Denham Golf Club, Gerrard's Cross, Sear and Green Jordans, Beaconsfield, High Wycombe, Saunderton, Princess Risborough, Little Kimble, Monks Risborough, and then features to look out for on the route are the BNP Paribas building just at Marylebone. We'll have a look at that in a second. Marylebone Tunnel Southern Entrance and Exit. We've just had a look at this one, which is the Marylebone Northern Tunnel Entrance and Exit. London Underground stop. We've seen the Central Mosque of Brent. Oh, I'd like to have seen that. That would be quite cool. And then on the North Line, you've got Neaton Depot, which we saw as well. You've got student accommodation buildings at Wembley Park, Neaton Depot Fly Under, Jubilee Line Fly Under, West Coast Main Line, London Overground, and Bakerloo Bridge, Uxbridge Line Fly Under, Watford Triangle, Rickmansworth sidings, which did we see? I think we did. Chesham Spur, Amersham Signal Box, Metropolitan Terminus Amersham, Aylesbury sidings, Buckinghamshire County Council offices, and the Borg Bridge. Am I saying that right? It's B-O-U-R-G. Borg. Yeah, Borg. As in 7 of 9. Aylesbury Maintenance Depot. End of the line. What? How is the end of the line a feature of the route? This is currently the end of the London-Aylesbury line. In the real world line, it continues northwards, but is only used by freight trains mainly going to and from the Calvert landfill site. Okay. It's the end of the line. The line to the south is Wembley Light Maintenance Depot, Wembley Stadium, Victoria Road Waste Terminal Transfer Station. Ooh, interesting. Situated on an island between the Chiltern Line tracks to its north and London Underground to the south, the Victoria Road Waste Transfer Station handles over 150,000 tonnes of waste each year. Waste collected from homes is delivered to the site and leaves on trains heading for landfill sites in Lincolnshire. The transfer station was opened in 1980 at Victoria Road as one of 3 transfer stations in London with a rail siding to allow waste to be taken away. After the vehicle, 25, yeah, I'm doing 25. After the vehicle carrying the waste is weighed, the contents are tipped into bunkers and then craned into compacting equipment. The waste compacted in the containers and the container is placed on the train. The trains transporting the waste leave the site 4 times a week. Each train is 1/3 of a mile long and carries nearly 1,000 tonnes of waste. Well, I hope that opens up a little bit of scenario potential for us. I don't know if we've got the right wagons for the waste liners. Not sure. And then there's Ruislip London Underground Depot, which we did see. Denham Country Park. Now, God, I missed that. That looks wonderful. Gerrards Cross Tunnel. London, then it goes up to the London Underground signalling stuff. Right. And we made it to Marylebone. That's the PMB Paribas building there. To summarise, love the route. Stock is an absolute letdown. I don't really think there's actually an excuse for how bad the reskin is on the train. Like I said, some lighting issues and sound issues that you forgot with these trains might be my end, but it's not. The reskin is not my issue. I haven't checked the scenario list. I don't know if the newer reskin is included or not yet. Route-wise, love it. I think it's really nice. It's got 3 very distinct tracks you can take. The London Underground stuff looks brilliant and is going to open up masses of opportunity for route builders. So I'm all for that. I'm not going to fault it. It's good. The amount of trees and stuff isn't too bad. Not sure if all of this is necessary, but there's a few bits of sort of. Oh, there's the mosque. Cool. That's very cool. Dotted aroundy things like, who's really going to fly over a tunnel to do? Oh, what are all these? Okay, there's a couple of bits that aren't brilliant, but the rest of it is actually really good. If I was to give it a score out of 10, I would give it about an 8 or a 9. I'm really, really impressed with it. It's ran very smoothly. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. The actual route itself, that's quite cool, actually saying that. I haven't enjoyed driving the 1650. I think that has been pants and is really due for some sort of TLC. Right, I'm going to quickly hop on over and start recording a little other bit and piece that will be like a second part of this scenario, the second part of this review anyway. But my advice is yes. Actually, my advice at the moment, considering it is release day, is hold off until we get some feedback from the people who have bought it to add it onto the Chiltern main line. And if that is working well and reliably for a majority of people, I would recommend going for that because it's cheaper. At $24.99 by itself, if you haven't got the Chiltern main lines, the stock lets it down. But with the S8 coming and everything like that, it's probably worth having. My hunch is, though, that Just Trains will probably do some sort of deal when it does come out. But it's a really tough call. It's a really tough call. Is it worth $24.99 as it stands standalone? It's a lovely route. It is a lovely route. But the stock is appalling. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, it's worth it. I might regret that decision. But I like it. I like it. It's good. It's good. Well done, Just Trains. Alright, and guys, thanks ever so much for watching me. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, hit that little notification bell next to my subscribe button. Make sure you put it on always, then you'll always know when I've got a new video coming out, like it says on the tin. Head on over to Twitch on a Sunday night from 7 o'clock and a Wednesday evening from 7 o'clock as well. Until the late, early hours. Much more of an adult theme there, so if you are coming over to Twitch, do be aware that it is not like my YouTube videos. This mouth swears like a trooper, and it's not as clean as my videos are. Do head over to the Facebook page, which is kept quite clean anyway. It's got good moderation on there. So for tech support and advice, and just a general chat and come and have a bit of fun. So once again, guys, thanks ever so much, and I'll catch you next time.